The question is how to loom knit straight stripes. In other words, jogless, right? Because when you look at this stripe, it looks almost like it's half blue and half yellow. And if you do it wrong, you can end up with a little hole like this. And what you want is this stripe, right? Perfectly straight on the bottom, no holes or anything. How do you do that? Hey, it's Denise from loom.com. First, let me explain why. So when we knit flat, we're knitting one row at a time. But when we're knitting in the round, we're actually making a long spiral. That's how you get this instead of that. To avoid that, when you get to row 1, you're going to place your old color over your new color before you start knitting. So here I have my 2 strands of working yarn. My old color is the blue one. You see it still on the loom. And I want to switch now to my yellow, so I place my blue working yarn over the yellow one. And then I bring that yellow one over and I'm going to start my row. So I just knit no different than any other time. I pull on my old color just a little bit and then I continue knitting. I'm going to knit all of my pegs. So in total on this particular loom I have 24 of them, and I'm going to knit all the way around to the last peg. And when I do knit off on the last peg, you see that my stitch is a little loose, so I tighten it. Okay? And now I'm ready to go to row 2. Like row 1, on row 2, I'm going to place the old color over the new one, but this time I'm going to skip peg 1. So here are my 2 colors, and again I'm taking my strand of blue yarn, which is the old color, and I'm going to place it in front of the yellow one. If you don't do this, you're going to get a little hole, so you need to do this on both rows. Your your old color is over your new color, and you would think I'm going to come here to peg 1, but I don't. I put my old color over my new one, and on row 2, I skip peg 1 and go to peg 2. You know this is my peg 1 because I have my stitch marker so that you could see, and here's my peg 2. And so I start my row 2 on peg 2. Here's 1, I'm skipping it, and here's my peg 2. I'm going to knit off. And now I continue my row like I did before. I'm going to knit off all of my pegs. This is the only time you're going to make a change, is on row 1 and row 2. Now here's the inside of the fabric, and as you can see, it looks nice and neat, and it's not going to bother you on your hat or on your socks or whatever you're doing, so that now you have this instead of this. Hey, and check out the playlist for the Tell You Tuesday for more answers to your questions.